Lesson we'll be talking about proportional and non-proportional relationships. Looks like we have a couple of different vocabulary words here: proportional, constant of proportionality, and non-proportional. You'll find those definitions on page 206. Go ahead and read through those and make sure you get into your notes. On example 1, we have some problems here to look at. Determine whether the cost of coffee is proportional to the number of pounds. If the relationship is proportional, identify the constant of proportionality. Explain your reasoning. So notice here on this first example, they compared 3 to 1. Where did they get that? Because 1 pound of coffee costs $3. And then they took the next one, 6 to 2. $6 for 2 pounds, $9 for 3 pounds, and $12 for 4 pounds. So all of those rates are equal to $3 per pound. So since the rates are equal, the cost is proportional to the number of pounds of coffee. So the constant of proportionality, we would say, is equal to 3. At the bottom here, we have the same number or same type of problem here where we have one spider with 8 legs. So we can write that as 8 legs for 1 spider. Does that match up with 16 legs for 2 spiders? Yes, it does. That reduces to 8 over 1. And does that match up with 24 legs for 3 spiders? Yes, it does. That reduces to 8 over 1. And finally, 32 legs for 4 spiders also reduces to 8 over 1. So we would say that the constant of proportionality is 8. All right, for example 2 at the top here, we have determine whether the distance is proportional to the time traveled. And if so, identify that constant of proportionality. We'll notice here in the data table that we have 50 miles in 1 hour. Well, if you go 50 miles in 1 hour, is that the same as 70 miles in 2 hours? Well, no, it isn't, because that's 35 miles per hour. So since the distance is not equal there, we would say it's not proportional to the time. Okay, so here, right here, we have one drink with 6 ice cubes. You might say it's something like 6 ice cubes per one drink. Is that the same thing as 14 ice cubes for 2 drinks? Well, no, it's not, because that does not reduce down to 6. And so in this case, we would also say that the number of ice cubes is not proportional to the number of drinks. Okay? And for the next part, we have some proportional relationships, and it gives us a nice example of how the circumference is related to the diameter, which is about 3.14, or as we know of that as a rough approximation of pi that we use. Okay, so make sure you look through these examples and check out the video tutors that are associated with these examples if there's any part of that that you don't understand. I'm going to jump down here to the Got It problem at the bottom of page 207. We have the cost for 2.5 pounds of meat is $7.20. So 2.5 pounds for $7.20. And actually, I probably should have written that the other way around. $7.20 for 2.5 pounds of meat there. So find the constant of proportionality, then write an equation relating the cost to the pounds. How much will 4 pounds cost? So again, we're looking for a way to write something from words to an equation, making sure that we have some sort of variable in there that we do not know. So what we have here is, first of all, what we know is $7.20 divided by 2.5. So I'm going to take my calculator and take $7.20 divided by 2.5. And that will give me that each pound of meat costs $2.88. Okay, once we know that constant of proportionality, we can write an equation. Okay, cost to pound. So let's say that the cost of the meat is equal to $2.88 times the number of pounds of meat that you buy. Okay, see if that makes sense to you, and if it doesn't, again, make sure and look back through the example and maybe watch the video tutor for some more examples. Okay, and so in this case, we want to know how much 4 pounds of meat will cost. Well, we're going to plug in the 4 for the P, or pounds in this case, and multiply that times 288. And so 288 times 4 pounds is going to cost $11.52. So $11.52 is what it's going to cost us for 4 pounds of meat. Okay, so that is example 3, I believe, and that's all the examples that we have for this lesson. So check out the homework problems and your self-check to assess your understanding, and always know that you can request a Google Hangout with me if you have additional questions.